Eating tomorrow's seeds brings immediate comfort today, but it almost guarantees absolute starvation for the coming winter. Modern governments replicate this logic when they sign 99-year land concessions or take on massive debt to engineer a quick spike in this year's GDP. These decisions rest on a single fatal assumption: that holding legal control over a nation's resources today grants the right to consume them forever. Treating sovereign wealth as expendable property creates an illusion of progress, while the physical foundations future citizens will rely on are quietly liquidated. This introduces the concept of inherent assets. Land, water, forests, and institutions are part of a continuous timeline. They belong to the nation's history, not just the people currently living. As stewards of this timeline, every contract we sign or resource we extract acts as a handoff between the ancestors who preserve the wealth and the descendants who will soon require it. This perspective changes the nature of economic study. It moves past the technical pursuit of efficiency to become a moral framework, one that dictates what a society values enough to preserve. Here is the central tragedy of economic governance. The people who will bear the heaviest cost for a depleted mine or unpayable debt are not yet here. This condition is Unbornvoice. Future citizens inherit these burdens, yet they are systematically excluded from the decisions that create them because they cannot lobby, protest, or vote. Protecting the conditions for a future society has long been a priority of intergenerational justice. Scholars like John Rawls argued that a truly just society must safeguard the foundations required for the next generation to thrive. The structural solution is Futuretrust. It is a governing discipline that forces sitting leaders to act as institutional representatives for the unborn. Futuretrust does not let the future dictate today's policy. Instead, it places strict limits on present actions based on what future generations will reasonably require to survive. To enforce this, Keepwealth Law distinguishes a momentary market price from an asset's deep, long-term value. A timber contract might assign a dollar amount to wood, but true value includes ecological function, cultural meaning, and strategic leverage, assets lost when sold too cheaply. This sets the stage for the ethics of use. Sovereignomics does not demand we freeze all assets or stop industrialization. The standard is simple but very strict. A forest, mineral, or debt vehicle may be utilized only if that action preserves or expands the nation's long-term capacity. Wealth can be leveraged to build and innovate. However, it is an ethical failure when foundational assets are consumed to provide temporary relief without reinvestment. This leads to legacy wealth, a standard that changes how we judge national health. Success is found when future citizens inherit a stronger platform, regardless of how high today's income rises. Building true prosperity means adding real capacity, transforming raw wealth into stronger institutions, advanced technology, and healthier ecosystems. This is an extension of commons governance. As Elinor Ostrom demonstrated, shared resources require durable rules, accountability, and collective restraint against short-term exploitation. Rather than locking up a nation's assets as untouched museum pieces, the goal is to convert inheritance into disciplined, lasting power. This places a specific burden on leadership. Elected officials are temporary guardians of permanent wealth, and their authority is constrained by the needs of the future. Citizens also have a role to play. They must participate in protecting this inheritance from capture by short-term political or corporate interests. The next time a massive resource concession or sovereign debt package is announced, change the question you ask. Instead of asking if a deal makes the country richer today, ask what you will actually inherit and what you are leaving behind.